Okay, so the last time I did one of these videos, I was showing you my new bike, and it had about 120 miles on it, something like that. And before I picked it up, I put the exhaust on it, a Two Brothers exhaust, and the Screaming Eagle 117 kit. Well, the final dyno numbers are in, and it ended up achieving 128 pound-feet of torque and 118 horsepower, which is terrific. It pulls like an absolute freight train, so I just love that. However, what I don't love about this bike is the turn signals, and anybody who has one of these, you'll quickly know that if you leave the turn signal on, the only indicator is down here. Well, you spend most of your time looking up here, but you have to look down to see it. It's a major inconvenience, so I fixed that, and I fixed it with OE components from Harley Davidson that aren't really well known, but for the price of about $100, you can do this for yours. And let me show you what I did with them. Okay, you remove the little pieces of tape here, and as you're riding down the road, you see that little thing flashing there. There's one here. The camera's right now in a position about where your head is, so that may look very bright on the camera, but it is not. It is very bright if you look at back here, but your eyes aren't there. In the daylight, you can see these are just absolutely great, and they mimic the front turn signal, so I'm a little bit far behind, so they look super bright. But if your head's up here looking like as if you're riding, they're not too bright at all. If there's any interest, I'll post the part numbers, but essentially Harley Davidson sells a kit for a Electroglide or one of their cruisers or one of their touring bikes, and it is a windshield trim kit that has turn signals built into it. You don't need the LEDs in there, but you do need the harness. I basically stole the harness out of that thing, plugged it in underneath the tank, and tapped in basically where the turn signal modules pull off the main wiring harness underneath the tank, and it's a plug and play thing. It's completely sealed from the environment. I pulled the wires out, I pulled them out from under here, obviously, and wired it up through this side over here. Oops, I'm trying not to drop my phone. Up, you can see the wire harness comes up underneath and up, behind, and then up, and then behind that plate. So behind that plate, I then went to Amazon and bought some 5 millimeter LEDs, just single green LEDs, and they came with these little teeny, I don't know if you can see it very well, little teeny like bezels, whatever, that ties into this plate, and soldered in the connection to the existing wiring harness that came with that windshield trim kit, and lo and behold, you can use that on this bike for turn signal relocations. If you're interested, I can get you part numbers for all of it. It took me maybe, I don't know, a couple hours. There is some soldering. It depends on how good of the wire connection you want it to be, but I did do it right for mine and soldered up the connections, and it's been bulletproof. It's been this way for about a month, I'd guess, and I have no issues with it at all whatsoever. And like I said, I'm out about $100, so it's all OE stuff, it's all waterproof, it's all really good stuff. So if you want, leave me a message and or leave a comment at the bottom of the YouTube video, and I will put some part numbers up there, and you can do this to yours. Thanks.